Hi, and welcome to Who Rocks New Mexico. I'm Richard Holcomb. Each week, we get up close and personal with the companies that rock New Mexico and take you behind the scenes to get the story behind the story. Today, we'll head south to the oil fields of the Permian Basin to see how New Mexico's oil and gas industry is making for a healthy economy and good neighbors. We'll talk with Joni Griffin of Griffin & Associates, who makes perception into facts. We'll meet David Perry of Golden Eagle Design and see how kitchen and bath fixtures can make a statement about you. But first, let's meet Mark Johnson of Solon Solar, who's turning northern New Mexico onto the sun.
Solon Solar in Los Ebanistas is located in Dixon, New Mexico in the Embudo Valley. This area is rich with history. Having our business here is a wonderful aspect because we do give that feel of we're a hometown place. You're going to know us by name. We're always going to be there for you, and we're here to stay.
Solon Solar is a division of Los Ebanistas Incorporated, which is our construction business. We spun off Solon Solar doing solar thermal heating systems for the homes that we're building and some retrofits. The project that we're at today is a system that we originally put in about 4 years ago and added onto it just this year. And it offsets the natural gas bill by about 90%. We have it hooked into a backup heating system run by natural gas, but it has cut the energy production by 90%.
The house was an existing home that we bought maybe 5-6 years ago that Mark Johnson had built originally. And after we were in it for a while, I told Mark I wanted to see if we could do thermal solar. I think in a part of the country like this where we've got just abundant sunshine, to take advantage of that resource is a good thing. We can run the whole house on solar. Both hot water and thermal heat.
Solon Solar is one of the few companies, and really the only one in the north, that we offer both solar thermal and hot water heat for houses and photovoltaic for grid-tied electrical systems.
What's neat about solar right now is that we believe that in about 3 to 5 years you'll be able to power your home from your roof or on your property cheaper than what you can buy energy from the local utility, which is very exciting and a new thing that we're trying to talk to our clients about and let them realize that solar technology is here, and why not put the sun to use?
It's time to dispel the myth that solar is too expensive. In just the last few years, solar costs have dropped about 2/3, making a residential system an 8 or 9 year payback and a business system 5 or 6 year payback. And then for the next 25 or 30 years after that, you'll have free electricity.
Behind us is one of our commercial jobs. This is Taos Charter School. It consists of 420 modules, and it's the community solar project. It's the first of its kind in New Mexico. The cool thing about this community solar project is that members of the Kit Carson utility will be able to purchase 1, 2, 3, however modules they desire in order to offset their bill at home. So what this system is doing, it's making energy here, even though it's not tied directly to your home, it's still offsetting your bill. For whatever energy it's making here at this location, you're able to apply that to your utility bill.
A good reason to, the reason to pick Solon Solar is because of our varied abilities in the construction business and in solar, thermal, and our renewable energy, our plumbing and electrical expertise. And you want to hire a company like us who has all of those talents in-house. To put it all in a nutshell, to go solar, you save money, it helps your pocketbook. Even better than that, you're doing something for the environment, you're doing something for your kids in the future, for your children and your children's children. And that's a really good reason to go solar.
There are many dentists around New Mexico, many of whom offer similar services. So what makes Dr. Greg Lepore of Smiles by Design so different? Well, you're about to see.
There's a lot of good dentists here in Albuquerque. We're lucky. And I would say the reason that I would choose Smiles by Design would be their pursuit for excellence. That we, at every moment, we're not perfect, but we strive for that perfection. We work every day as a team so people have a pleasant experience. That's my goal for each person to come in here, that they have a wonderful experience and that they feel good about where they've been and that they want to pass that on to other people. We are a locally owned business. My wife Paige and I own the business. We're not franchised. We care a lot about what goes on here. We take personal, obviously responsibility like you would anything else that you own.
I came to Dr. Lepore because my teeth were being worn down and fractured, and I decided for my 60th birthday that I was going to have my teeth brought back to their natural length, like when I was 20. They were absolutely wonderful. I know a lot of dentists in Albuquerque, and a lot of them are very good. But I felt that Dr. Lepore really understood my intent and what I wanted to do. And I feel I look good, I have more confidence. I have a lot of compliments on my teeth. I feel good about smiling, and it's nice to know I'll have them with me for the next 30, 40 years. I plan on being here a long time.
Up next, meet one of New Mexico's top spin doctors.
What every child deserves.
To be safe in our home.
Food and clothes.
Not to be hurt.
A good education.
To grow up with our brothers and sisters.
To be loved, valued, and respected.
El Ranchito is a loving and stable children's home where brothers and sisters can live together as they grow into adulthood or until they can be reunited with their families. With your help, El Ranchito de los Niños will continue its mission for years to come. Learn how you can help. Call us today.
Albuquerque Business First recently held their 9th annual Women of Influence Awards, honoring industry and community leaders throughout New Mexico. Each week, Who Rocks New Mexico will highlight one of these outstanding individuals. Congratulations to Barbara Bergman, Interim Dean of the University of New Mexico School of Law, winner of the Education category at this year's Women of Influence Awards ceremony.
The advice I would give our young women graduates this year would be, first of all, go out there and make us proud, and I'm sure they will. But primarily to be willing to take risks if the risks are worth taking. Not to be afraid of challenges, but to embrace them, to make them things that you learn from and that you grow with. I love teaching. I love working with the students. We have some amazing faculty and staff at the law school. But if I had to come up with the part that I think I personally find most satisfying, it is working with students, faculty, whomever, on solving problems. That's what lawyers hopefully are trained to do, is solve problems. And working collaboratively, cooperatively, trying to come up with a solution that is the best possible solution we can find. And even if someone may not be happy with the outcome, they at least feel they've been heard and they've had an opportunity to have input in what's finally decided. And when you can do that and you're able to solve problems, that is very, very satisfying. And being able to work with the talented students and faculty we have is just, it makes it really a wonderful opportunity. And doing business here in New Mexico from an educational perspective is, there are so many opportunities. There's so many things you can do. And the other part of it is that you can really make a difference here, and you can make it fairly quickly. This is a state with such diversity, such a great sense of community, and such wonderful people that it just makes it, I just love living here.
Congratulations to all of Albuquerque Business First's Women of Influence.
This month at Frost Mortgage, we are offering our clients 3.5% 30-year fixed-rate mortgages. Do you have a 3.5% mortgage? If not, call Frost Mortgage and get one.
What artists do with a paintbrush, Joni Griffin and her team at Griffin & Associates do with words.
People have a lot of confusion about what public relations is versus advertising, and oftentimes people think they're one and the same, and they're not. Public relations is what we call earned or free media. And so those are the news stories that you read or see or listen to on the radio. Advertising is paid space, and they really work hand in glove. Public relations should be a strategy that every business incorporates in their overall marketing plan. So when you are featured in the news media, whether that's an article or it's a blog or you're on TV in a positive light, that gives your company immediate credibility. So an example is the town of Taos. This is a client I'm particularly proud of. We have been doing the tourism marketing for the town for the past 5.5 years. And one of our strategies is that we send out press releases every single week on Taos, nationally and internationally. And what's happened with that is we're averaging now about 500 news stories a month mentioning Taos, some small publications and some very major ones. So Travel and Leisure in their September issue named Taos one of the best winter getaways. And then we send out a press release announcing that, and then that gets picked up by other publications like AOL just did that one. We sent out a press release about how dog-friendly Taos is. And we did some research, and there are more dog-friendly restaurants and hotels per capita than any other city in the United States. So we named Taos the most dog-friendly city in the United States. That got picked up majorly nationally. And so the PR just keeps repeating itself, and Taos now is at the top of all the really fabulous lists, and those lists just keep generating more media and more media and more media and more tourists.
You have to work at containing Joni, not motivating her. So she's a whirlwind. She's always got a new idea and a new direction to go, no matter what your budget is, no matter what your industry. Certainly tourism was not necessarily, when she began, a specialty of hers, but she made it a specialty, and she did incredible work for us.
So another example of a successful PR campaign is here locally, Mesa del Sol, which is a new housing development on the south end of town. Mesa del Sol had a few problems in the beginning. They kicked off with a bang, and then when the housing bust happened, they stalled for 3 years. And then 2011, we came in to take it over again, and the media was like, yeah, whatever. You know, are you really, is it for real? You started and stopped, now you're starting again. Yeah, sure. But we were successful in convincing the media of how successful the development is by once again sending out regular news releases. We did that locally as well as regionally, as well as nationally, and in industry publications. And in the 1 year time that we've had that contract, we've had over 500 stories placed on Mesa del Sol.
We've had phenomenal success in working with Griffin & Associates. Just the amount of public relations, news clips, and print media that we've received has provided a huge return on the investment.
Griffin & Associates was founded in January of 1990. We have 10 people that work here, and the average tenure of our employees is 14 years. So we've all worked together for so long. There is this synergy that happens amongst us where we can practically think each other's thoughts and usually finish each other's sentences. So when we're working on a client project, that creativity, that energy, that family relationship that we have really spurs us into all levels of new creativity.
You know, these people they're like an extension of my family, essentially, because I'm here with them all the time. And I think us being able to work so closely together, we really are able to give our clients just the best of all of us.
I mean, I think it says something too that we work in an office that is a home that's been converted into an office. Yeah. So I sometimes joke, or when I bring clients here, you know, I'll say, you know, it's like I leave home and then I come home.
I moved to New Mexico in January of 1983, and at the time I thought I'd be here for 2 years. Well, here I am 30 years later. I love New Mexico. This community is unbelievable. I think it's one of the best places in the world to do business. People are so friendly and welcoming, and it's such a business-friendly environment, and it's a place where you can really make a mark. So it's why I've been here for 30 years, and I will be here as long as I'm here.
New Mexico's black gold means jobs and a large part of New Mexico's revenue.
This is where many songs become one, and life dances in perfect rhythm. This is everyday life when it's embraced by the extraordinary. Like no place you've ever been before. This is Albuquerque.
What makes Maya's group a little bit different from everybody else is the fact that we're always on the move. We're always working 24/7. When somebody calls up 9 p.m., we're going to be available to take that call. We know what we're doing. We know how to get buyers qualified. We know what it takes to sell a home. By asking simple questions, we will be able to qualify a buyer in a matter of minutes. When you're trusting a real estate professional, you want to know that you have somebody that not only knows people, but knows what they're doing. I was a sales manager for Pulte Homes for a little over 6 years, and in that time I got a huge amount of knowledge about the overall marketplace.
He really listened to what I wanted. He showed me houses that really fit my needs, and then he found me my dream home with the view that I really, really wanted.
What we felt from Joe was a degree of trust. I have to tell you, was there from the very minute we spoke with him.
So if you're thinking about buying or selling a property, give the Maez Group a call. Ask for Joe Maez. I guarantee you, I'm the Joe you should know.
The Vietnam Veterans Memorial State Park in Angel Fire was the first in the nation to commemorate our Vietnam veterans. This very special place was built by Dr. Victor and Jean Westphal in memory of their son who was killed during the conflict. The David Westphal Veterans Foundation has been established to honor all of America's veterans and members of its military forces. Please consider making a donation to this place of reunion, reflection, healing, and a place for sharing experiences. AngelFireMemorial.com. Donate today.
Let's meet Steve Henke and Wally Drangmeister with the New Mexico Oil and Gas Association and get an inside look at this very important and fascinating industry.
New Mexico's oil and gas industry is proud of the role we play in the overall success of our state. This industry supports nearly 30,000 high-paying jobs, and every single day, New Mexico Oil and Gas brings more than $6 million in taxes and royalties to the state of New Mexico and local governments. These dollars support public schools, state universities, and other government services across the state, and lower the tax burden for every New Mexican.
One of New Mexico's major oil and gas producing regions is right here in the Permian Basin. The Permian Basin is in and around the towns of Roswell, Artesia, Hobbs, Lovington, and Carlsbad. The majority of New Mexico's oil is produced in this region. The first wells were drilled in this area in the 1920s. Recent improvements in exploration, drilling, and well completion technology have added spectacular new growth and activity to the area. A company playing a big part in New Mexico's oil business is McVeigh Drilling. Their crews keep plenty busy drilling wells throughout the Permian Basin from southeast New Mexico into West Texas.
Since the middle of 2009, McVeigh Drilling has been running at almost 100% capacity. We're drilling for small independent oil companies as well as big, well-known companies. Over the past year, I'd say we've drilled almost 60 wells. That means we're keeping a lot of people employed. 30 workers for each rig that we operate, and up to 50 indirect jobs for every well that we drill. Probably 95% of our wells are drilled horizontally. Horizontal drilling allows us to drill down several thousand feet and then curve the borehole to drill horizontally for up to 2 miles. The producing area is then treated with a process called hydraulic fracturing.
Hydraulic fracturing, or fracking, has been used safely in the state of New Mexico for more than 50 years. In areas where oil exists in very dense, solid rock, we inject a solution that is mostly water and sand along with some special additives under high pressure. Water opens small fractures in the rock, and the sand wedges in these fractures, keeping them open to allow the oil and gas to flow. Because of horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing, we're seeing great numbers of productive wells being drilled every month in southeast New Mexico. And all companies now report what's in the hydraulic fracturing fluid to state regulators for every well that is treated.
Protecting the environment, groundwater, and human health are part of everyone's job in the oil and gas industry. Today's oil and gas industry takes great care in locating our well pads where there will be the least amount of disturbance to plants and wildlife. We avoid areas such as the Shinnery Oak Dunes, which are home to the dune sagebrush lizard, and we avoid areas where lesser prairie chickens mate. In fact, in prairie chicken habitat, we even cease drilling operations during the mating season.
One of the major safeguards in protecting the environment and the groundwater is proper well construction. Construction methods like this and regulatory inspections are important factors that help us to safely drill, hydraulically fracture, and operate the wells.
Once an oil well is drilled, it can operate for years, even decades. And with good stewardship, the productive life of an oil field can be extended. We can learn more at the East Vacuum facility near Hobbs.
We are here at our East Vacuum Grayburg San Andreas CO2 plant. Here at the East Vacuum, we are in third stage recovery, which is where we actually pump carbon dioxide in the ground for third stage recovery. First, we capture and separate the oil, gas, and produced water at our central tank battery. The gas and carbon dioxide are then compressed and re-injected back into the field in a series of injection wells. After that, the carbon dioxide is then recirculated in a continuous process. This technology extends the life of the oil fields and enables us to produce higher quantities of oil for a longer period of time.
As you can see, the oil and gas industry is dependent on the rocks of New Mexico, but it's also an industry that rocks New Mexico. Our communities and each and every one of us benefit from New Mexico oil and gas.
The economic impact of the oil and gas industry in southeastern New Mexico has been tremendously positive. Employment is up, local tax revenue's up, and there's an ever-growing vibrancy in those of us living in this part of the state. Families, small businesses, contractors, you name it.
We are all very proud of the contributions oil and gas make toward education in New Mexico. Oil and gas revenues benefit every public school, college, and university all across the state, including our own New Mexico Junior College right here in Hobbs. In addition to the impact the oil and gas industries have on local commerce, our oil and gas businesses are among our top leaders in local civic affairs. They are very generous in time, talent, and treasure toward local causes and community activities.
We're very grateful for the people working in the oil and gas industry and the positive impact they have on their communities and the entire state of New Mexico.
Up next, your sink, a fashion statement?
Hi, I'm William with Sadie's, inviting you to check out our new location at Santa Ana Star Casino. And I want to invite you to come in and see us for lunch in our new location. We're open 7 days a week with the same great Sadie's food. Come right into the dining room via the north entrance of the casino. Drive around back to the north and you can come right in. The new Sadie's at Santa Ana Star Casino. Join me for lunch.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson.
And I'm Jerry Wilson.
And we're owners of American Tire and Service. And whether you're a customer of ours, a future customer of ours, you're very important to us and part of our family. We build our business on satisfied clients, those who live close to our location and those who drive great distances, all because of our professional service, our honesty, and the quality of work we perform. Here at American Tire, you can count on expert care from our exceptional team with innovative equipment and technology. So when you need us for a simple oil change, routine maintenance, or when that little light comes on, you'll know that we'll do the right thing the right way the first time. I've been helping people like you for more than 40 years. We're locally owned and proud to serve you. Ask for me by name, Doug Wilson, when you come in. I'd love to meet you.
American Tire and Service on Highway 528 between Southern and Northern. The only guys for you.
Hi. I just saw Robert Wagner on television reading a script about reverse mortgages. You know, Robert doesn't know anything about reverse mortgages, but I do. Every month at Frost Mortgage, we loan hundreds of thousands of dollars to seniors to eliminate their mortgage payments for the rest of their lives. How much better would your life be if you didn't have a mortgage payment to make next month? If you're 62 or older, give us a call and we'll show you how this wonderful mortgage program works.
What every child deserves.
To be safe in our home.
Food and clothes.
Not to be hurt.
a good education.
To grow up with our brothers and sisters. To be loved, valued, and respected.
El Ranchito is a loving and stable children's home where brothers and sisters can live together as they grow into adulthood or until they can be reunited with their families. With your help, El Ranchito de los Niños will continue its mission for years to come. Learn how you can help. Call us today.
When it comes to selection and service, Golden Eagle Design ranks high in the bath and kitchen fixture department.
Golden Eagle started back in the 60s and early 70s, but then in '92 in our Taos location we had room for a showroom, and I opened up that location myself, so we built a showroom in up there. Then in the early 2000s in Santa Fe, and we built our showroom there at that office. So we opened the first Golden Eagle here in Albuquerque in 2005. We moved over to this location in November of 2009.
As our plumbers come in, they want to see or have different choices for their customers, as opposed to just chrome one style. And they'd ask us what we'd have. We'd have to pull out boxes and, well, is this what we're looking for? They'd say no. So it came to mind that if we had stuff displayed out, so you have the different colors, the different fixtures, they can see what they want. So showroom was thought of, and we did it.
We have always, that was our primary focus when we started, was we would always do our best to have the very best products available for our contractors and their customers, but also provide the very best service. And that's been a philosophy that is passed on to all of our employees. And the majority of our employees all start in the same place. We all start in the warehouse, pulling orders, driving trucks, delivering product. And you learn about taking care of customers at that point. This is what we do. This is our lifeblood. We've been here for 54 years concentrating on this part of it. We're not a Lowe's or Home Depot that sells lumber or flowers or electrical. We sell plumbing and heating fixtures and appliances to make lives simple and easier.
Another thing we do is we get into the different ADA compliant pieces, whether it's the sinks, we have the toilets, showers. Reason we got into that is because people don't want just a hospital look, just stainless steel and white.
We have a very wide variety of different options and fixtures to where people can design a room around their lifestyle, and Golden Eagle is the best place that you can get plumbing and heating fixtures.
Well, that's Who Rocks for this week. If you'd like to watch any of our Who Rocks segments and find out how your business or organization can rock New Mexico, we invite you to go online to whorocksnm.com. I'm Richard Holcomb, inviting you to join us again next week for another Who Rocks New Mexico. Have a great week, everybody.